Ezvid John Baylock here with PerfectStorm.com MTG, and I'm just gonna try to do a couple of these pools here since the PTQ season is coming up, and to help prepare me, and hopefully it can be entertaining, and help prepare you guys. So usually when I start off looking at a pool, I just sort it by rarity first, and well, we might be playing red. It looks like red black because we got a dragon. And most dragons are just pretty much insane. So now I'll go back by color and you see all the good red cards I have and maybe the good black ones. So that's pretty good. That might be playable depending on how many slivers we have. Usually I just put all the creatures and playables in there. Cyclops Tyrant. Seems moderately playable. Then let's see what Dark Black looks like. Okay, so we got a couple of Intimidate guys. So we just straight up have, the 22 card deck. What I would consider mostly playables. Probably not. I'm 1-1 for red. Doesn't seem like it's going to make the cut. But there are a couple other things. Fire Streaker seems okay as well. I was looking at like my green is pretty just non-existent, so I'm just going to move that over to the side so I don't have to look at it. That card's just completely unplayable. My blue looks really deep, so maybe I should look into that. So I usually just always move the cards I don't consider straight up playable off to the side, and then if I need more playables, I go back. I've played many Armored Cantrix. I sideboard into it pretty frequently. So we have a lot of defensive cards. Double Claustrophobia, Disperse, Scatter. I'm kind of fond of the Merfolk in here. Divination, Frostbreath. Yeah, it seems pretty poor. So like my blue doesn't seem too bad. So maybe it's going to be, jeez, like it's cool and all, but I don't have anything to mana sink. So I don't know. So my blue's looking actually pretty good as well. Like the Frostbreath is good, Divination's good. Disperse is pretty good. Double Disperse is really good. Claustrophobia. Like Essence Scatter. Like Water Servant. Love Air Servant. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to play Spell Blast. I think it's pretty good. Like if I'm going to play Essence Scatter, I might as well play this. So why not? Then I also have, defensive walls as well. So maybe it's just looking like a blue-red, even though I do have this Liliana, but I don't know how good that is. Like my removal in black is basically 2 removal. Let's see what this white looks like. White is usually pretty bad because it's not very deep, but I'm not playing these Solemn Offerings. Don't know how good Path of Bravery is. I mean, unlimited, that might be fine. I do have kind of a little life gain package. I mean, my white's not overly bad, but I usually try to stay away from it because it's not really that strong, but this card's probably just unbeatable. So maybe I'm not playing black. Like 4477 is pretty insane, and this pool's kind of hard. So what I'm gonna do here is just see which kind of has the better curve and the better pairings. do like the power level of this deck. Like, I don't have any other, sweet combos. It just gives guys and straight removal. So maybe I'm going to look into a blue-black and see what that's about first. Like, maybe my black's just not good enough, even though it has... This, gives me access to playing the Liliana still, because I really want to play this Liliana if I can. And maybe this blue-black is where we want to be at. Like, I don't have any threat effects, so maybe the blood brand isn't good enough. But I only have 10 creatures in this. And, core sets I like to play quite a few creatures because it's always about combat and trading more or less than bombs and things along those lines. This is pretty tough. My blue does look pretty strong though, so maybe I'm just going to not play the black. Because blue is looking pretty deep. Like I have time map. Like in here I have even it's a strong move as well. So let's see what my white looks like. Vision Sliceling, he's okay. I really am not happy playing him. Seraph's pretty good. Don't know if I like that, but I usually don't like to play enchantments main board, but I like to sideboard into them, depending on the deck, because I don't like getting blown out at first. So this is just 2 for a 2/2. So that means Caramel can probably get switched for Compassionate. That's a really tough pool to build. Like, I have some really good spells, some really high intensity things, but I don't really know, like, I could have this package where I play like this, Path of Bravery, then play like Bubbling Cauldron to go along with, Path of Bravery. So let's say I go to this package, Divine Favor for life to help my... Like, Devout seems like it's just completely unbeatable. Unless I just have that and no creatures, then I just lose. Okay, so the whites, because I don't want to rely on Devout Invocation and not be able to actually do anything. So let's see what my red's like. And what that leaves me at. A ton of playables still. But it's looking better. Have a lot of removal spells. A lot of good threats. Yeah, I'm probably going to be playing this. So now the real question is, do I play like Fire Streaker? That seems fine. Maybe I don't start off with the Fire Cat. I sideboard into them if they don't have a lot of 1/1s. And this is pretty much what the deck's looking like, and I like how it's going. It is mana intensive, but the cards are so powerful that if I do, stumble on mana, they will be able to get me back in the game. So I think this is pretty much what I like and what I'm going to play. It's just that M14's, I feel it's more about, having the good curve as opposed to having all types of other things. The only reason I'm playing this is just a, 3 mana 2/2 with haste. That might not be good enough, because if I want, I could just slow the game down and play these Wall of Frost. over this. And like I said, my creature count's still low, but this makes it 11. So maybe I just don't play Fire Streaker and play like a Wall of Frost. Put this card on a flyer or on one of these guys just seems insane. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with this, and I have a whole bunch of, you know, options in the sideboard and things along those lines. So I really am going to be, while I'm playing, looking at the opposing deck a lot and seeing what the best option, you know, sideboard into would be. Alright, so we'll be back with the start of the game. Alright guys, and now here I am back for the first round of this 3-part video. It's just going to be a Phantom Daily. So hopefully I can play correctly and get this taken care of. And yeah, I'm just going to keep this hand. One blue away from being insane. And yeah, I got this, you know, little haste guy. And then if I have this, it's going to be a pretty strong turn. So I'm going to keep. I have a, you know, not much of a big mulliganer, but I do mulligan from time to time. My theory is you never know how the game's going to play out. I'm more of the LSV type school than the Paulo school, where you want to always make sure your deck's doing something. Yeah, so this game's going to get a little spicy. Accidentally hit him with the fake out. Now I probably think I have, you know, some type of spell or something big. Shock would have been a nice draw. But yeah, also like I said, Deshaun be like here with that Team Perfect Storm video. So hopefully he just doesn't like curve out and kill me, or like play this and he Doom Blades it or something. But Lay of the Land, okay. Usually in situations like this, you wanna, you know, Lay of the Land, then play the land you get, so I don't know that you have that one land in hand. Just drawing mono mountains. Well, that's what we consider a win for us. Unless he has, usually that means they have so much removal that they just don't care. Okay, so since I have like pretty much mono pressure, I'm just going to like awaken, or maybe I just do wait and hold it, because there's a couple options here. I can just awaken and then next turn, you know, draw a blue and have a lot more options, or I can just hold this to where I can put it on the mountain and have pseudo haste and just get in there for 7. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hold it because I don't want him to you know basically what I'm having, and it's not affecting my next turn, so in theory it's just best to hold it instead of having it be out there for the whole time. So that's what I'm gonna do. And now with this awaken, you wanna, and that was just, yeah, so like I said, I'm not gonna just put it on a tap land and get blown out. Okay, so I did eventually draw that blue. So I'm just gonna awaken and jam. So now I'm in a pretty good spot, because if I untap, I get to, you know, kind of put his blocker on top and be in control of the game. Because if he tries to kill this, then I can just bounce this and restart the, you know, restart the process of killing him without getting rid of my Awaken the Ancient. So, like I said, this card's just pretty much nuts. Like 4 mana for a 7/7. Even though it was on turn 5, it could have been out there on turn 4, and then I would have my Disperse up. But I think it's just better of not leaving that out there for a turn to be susceptible to being attacked and things like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, and I still have a couple options with my Disperse and my Time Ebb. So here's a thought. I can, if I attack, yeah, I'll just play my land. No reason not to. So like if he goes to Disperse my mountain, I'll probably Disperse my Awaken the Fallen. Or Yeah, I'll take this because usually we try to, have any type of tricks or anything along those lines. I could still just disperse. And hmm. So there's a couple options here. I could like, time ebb this, but that isn't actually, stopping him from doing anything. Because if I do that, then he can just disperse my land, and I want to keep my awaken. So I'm just gonna pass. Because if he goes to, disperse my mountain, which you can't do, he'll just have to disperse that back to me. Just some really sticky situations here. But I think that I'm in a good spot because now whatever he plays, if he attacks now, just disperse it, then attack him for 7. Then turn after that, I can time ebb or disperse again. Here, because I have 2, I am just going to disperse this, just so that way now if he wants to replay that, he's gonna have to use a lot of resources and time that he doesn't have. So now we're just pretty much in the driver's seat. And most of the time when people splash counter spells, it's for, blue is for things like Essence Scatter and things along those lines. So, is he just dispersing my... So he has to be just be dispersing my land, my agent. So I'll just go ahead and play the ship and dragon. And then next turn I just get to, brain him for the full amount. So yeah, that's basically what I was, trying to play around. And I explained it correctly, but that's why, I'm working on it with these videos. Yeah, that's not gonna do it for him. I think he's probably just dead on board. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, put it on this guy, then disperse this dude. It's not dead on board, but I do get to... put him pretty much dead, because I know he has Garrick's Horde and the Intimidate guy in his hand. So this doesn't look like a deck where I do want my Wall of Frost. I'm trying to see basically what I know I want here. I know Claustrophobia is going to be good, this is going to be good, that's going to be good. So my deck seems to be well positioned against his type of deck. So I don't know about how much I could do, maybe... Yeah, it's not gonna cut it. He didn't have double blue, so this is like good against decks like mine that have like Claustrophobia and things along those lines. I'm really trying to think and see exactly what I could, bring in that would help me out. I don't know. Seems good to me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and submit. I don't see anything I would really want so far. Maybe after the next game I'll be able to figure out a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and submit that. Now we'll just sit here and we'll wait for him. So yeah, usually, as I said, I have some really strong cards that even if the mana is a little bit off when they do come into play, they can definitely help me out and help me take back over the game. So yeah, so right now I'm just going to go ahead and wait for him to return. Alright, and we're back here with the next round. It's just this, the next match of that same one. And this hand seems okay. He didn't really, have a very aggressive deck, so it's definitely what I want. I want some, card advantage and the ability to push through. And with this guy, I can get out of hand really quickly. So I'm going to keep. Yeah, and he didn't have that Mystic this time, so we're playing more of a fair game. So go ahead, do that, and just say it's his go. Alright. This is the type of game I want with this deck. It's just a slow game that doesn't appear that he's coming out of the gates very fast. So I'm probably just going to Divination Mind Rot. So how greedy do I get here? I think I'm just going to discard 2 lands and then I'm going to Divination next turn. So okay, so and I still, hit all my sources, so it's a pretty good spot. I probably should have kept that mount because I do have that triple red card, and that would have been a pretty big blowout. So hopefully he just doesn't, kill my water servant, but we'll see. Because if not, then I'll just quit bash. Next turn I'll be able to put the creature on top, pump. Then the turn after that I'll be able to Chandra Outrage, whatever he has, deal the last couple points of damage. So it should be a couple big turns for me if he doesn't just remove my guy. And I don't foresee him doing that because he just, bashed and what do we got? Spore Mound. And I think so. I'm going to change up the plan a little bit. I'm just going to outrage this. Actually, yeah, I'm just going to outrage it because I don't want to put it on top and he plays it again and plays a land. So that's what I'm going to do is just outrage this and attack and play a land. Usually I like to, save my removal, but in this situation it, wasn't a great ability, and then I'll pump. So I think I have a couple options next turn. So I really want to save this for if we put that Garrick Horde down, I'm going to need to punch through. So there are, a couple different possibilities of things that can happen. That looks like a Doomblade. Okay, that Verdant Haven. And I will... Oh, I might have a Disperse now, so I have to play around that a little bit. Green, black, Dark Favor. Okay, so now I'm just going to Time Ebb this on top. And then play my blue land, bash him. And then the turn after that, hopefully, I'll just be able to deal a ton of damage. I don't really have to play around anything. So Spell Blast, if I Time Ebb, I can only counter someone with 3, so... Yep, that's what we're going to do. Time Ebb that, pump 3 times, get in there. Did we play around Ring Flushers? Yeah, I'm going to. And the reason is because I don't have any other threats, and this allows me to basically go all in on this next turn, and that way he's gonna either have to chump block or die. So definitely feels the right decision there, because now he either gets to, either he has his removal spell and he can't play something that's going to kill me very quickly and I'll be able to draw out of it, or I just get to move in on this guy. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. Here what I'm going to do is play my land. I'm just going to attack because he's not killing me, and this is what I'm worried about, and I want to hold up Spell Burst. So this way I'll be able to attack. If he doesn't block, he'll probably attack me back next turn. I'll counter whatever he plays, and then I'll just be able to move in with the Fire Streaker and kill him. So I'm just going to attack. And so if I can Spell Burst for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I'm just not going to pump. I'm just going to attack. Yep, and I'll just pass here. Because now whatever he plays, I'll just counter it. And if he doesn't play anything, then I'll be the person winning the race and I wouldn't have anything to worry about. So yeah, we'll Spell Blast that and then we'll move in. And I want to leave up the most blue, because then if he tries to do something else, then I can... Yeah, we'll move in. And I'm going to leave up the red, just in case I need to play the Academy Raiders. Okay, so we have that taken care of. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the next round.